In this installment, we're going to be going over the late slate for Week 10. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our late slate for Week 10. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetJetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 8.63 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a much broader audience. All right. Now, for that Patreon, if you want to sign up and get ready and get geared up, all right, that link is provided down below in the description so you can be ready for this Sunday. Also in that Patreon is the future to the Super Bowl as well. More futures are coming to the Patreon as well for NBA. So I have a Super Bowl NBA future coming up, and then we have a to make the playoff future as well in the Patreon. If you sign up, if you don't see some of the ones that I'm talking about, you might have to scroll down. Definitely DM me and I'll get back to you. All right. So sign up right now. Link in the description. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. In State Farm Stadium here, we have the Arizona Cardinals 5-4 going up against the New York Jets 3-6. Looking at the current odds here, we have the Jets as road favorites, -135 on the money line with the comeback of the Cardinals at a +110. Point spread set at 2. And the total points set at 46.5. All right. Public bet percentage here. Looking at the money line, 53% of the bets, 54% of the money here on the Jets, very slightly. People are pretty split here. Sharps and public alike are split down the middle between this game here. Point spread. 54% of the bets on the side of Arizona to cover, and then we have 53% of the money on the Jets to cover here. So split yet again down the middle. All right, people are mulling over which way to lean. All right, Cardinals have been hot. Jets, maybe they get on a run here. All right, total points. 75% of the bets towards the over 46.5, and we have 71% of the money towards the over 46.5. That total is going to be very interesting. They really price it at a correct number. Let's look at the injury report here. For the Arizona Cardinals, the only injury here is going to be Darius Robinson, D lineman here. We have a Q-tag on Jonah Williams and Jalen Thompson, cornerback. All right, for the New York Jets, they're seeing some injuries. Backup O-lineman Jake Hansen. We got a positive sign here from Morgan Moses. He's questionable, trending towards playing. CJ Mosley is out yet again. At the line, I spoke a lot about CJ Mosley. He's out. That's fine. We're moving on. Solomon Thomas here, Q-tag. Elijah Vera Tucker is Q-tag as well. But with Solomon Thompson, he's trending towards being out because he had 3 straight DNPs. So he's a true game time decision, all right? So wait on news if he's going to be able to give it a go. And he's a key factor there on that D line for the New York Jets. Chaz Surratt, Q-tag, and Tyler Conklin is trending towards playing as well, all right? So these two teams here, Jets and Cardinals, very interesting matchup that we got on hand. And the Cardinals, 3-game winning streak here, beating the Chargers on Monday night, then beating Miami, and then finally, separating themselves and dominating the Chicago Bears, who have been reeling. So 2 very tight games in the Chargers and Miami, who were, well, Miami's the one that shouldn't have been close, but That next game against Chicago there, they really pulled themselves away and really showed their dominance with the run game. All right. Jets have been struggling mightily for the past 4 weeks, and they finally got a big win on Halloween against the Houston Texans at home. All right. So there's going to be a real tough test here. If we're looking at these two matching up, a key factor here is going to be the run game. All right, which run game can succeed? Now, looking at both sides, the weak point of the Jets, if you had to choose one, is stopping the run, but that's just because their pass D is so strong. All right, getting back DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner to match upon the safety play that they've gotten, despite the fact all the injuries, they have been very good this season secondary. All right, so it's just giving up some yards rushing wise. All right, if you're looking at the Jets, they're 12th overall and 7th in the red zone. They're not giving much up in rushing TDs. So total yards, 104 yards per game, but they're giving up a low average at 4.2. The Cardinals, on the other hand, are 25th overall ranked. They're giving up over 111 yards per game and 4.6 yards a carry. That's going to be a very good sign there for Breece Hall. All right. Obviously, the advantage with the run game is going to be on the side of the Jets. They have the better running back and a more trusted offensive line there that they're going up against. Plus, the run defense of the Cardinals has been a little bit leaky this season. All right. That's why you see them highly ranked. They're 25th to fantasy points allowed to opposing running backs. Now, the strong suit of the Jets is going to be creating havoc on that D-line. That D-line is waking up now with Will McDonald creating pressure and Hassan Reddick. So Hassan Reddick facing his old team here in Arizona Cardinals. It's going to be very interesting to see how those two DNs go and attack Kyler Murray. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on the Arizona Cardinals offense. All right, if they can stop and mitigate this running game there with James Conner, then it forces Kyler Murray to be one-dimensional, and they can have some opportunities to create turnovers. All right. Now, the benefit here for the Jets, they have the benefit of the run game. Yes, now we have Aaron Rodgers. If he can stop the turnovers, as you saw in the second half of that Houston Texans game, things started to click, and they have a very dynamic wide receiver core. There should be no excuses here. You have Garrett Wilson and you have Devontae Adams. They should be throwing this football up and down the field. The Cardinals have absolutely no corners that can stop those two guys one-on-one, all right? Or if you want to double team, go ahead and double team, because the other one is going to win the matchup, period. It really has been Aaron Rodgers. Can he clean up the mistakes, all right? And we saw that in the second half. We saw the potential of this offense here, and this is a great matchup. We're looking at Arizona Cardinals fantasy points allowed to opposing quarterbacks, all right? 21st overall, 25th in the red zone. They're giving up almost 250 yards passing and 1.2 TDs per game, all right? So this is a positive spot here for the Jets. I think that they Vegas correctly set this number here at the 2. Well, it opened up pretty much at 1, and it has moved to the 2. So money's coming in there. The line's moving. The money line is growing. It's solidifying the Jets as road favorites here. All right. So we're gonna. I don't think this is an underdog home spot here. We're gonna be going with the Jets on the money line. The Jets to cover the 2. The total is going to be the question mark. I think the Jets can put up points. I think the Jets can mitigate and stop the Cardinals from scoring points and really cause havoc for Kyler Murray. And I'm going to lean towards the under 46.5 in this game here. In SoFi Stadium here, LA Chargers going against the Tennessee Titans in this matchup here. Looking at the current odds for these two teams here, we have the Chargers solidified home favorites minus 375 on the money line with the comeback of the Titans at a plus 300. Point spread set at 7.5. Total points set at 39. All right. For the public bet percentage, 97% of the bets towards Chargers, 82% of the money towards the Chargers as well. For the point spread, 85% of the bets, 76% of the money towards the Chargers to cover. And for the total points, 89% of the bets towards the over and 76% of the money towards the over 39. All right. Looking at the injury report here for these two teams. For the Chargers, Q tags on Bosa, Q tags on Gus Edwards. Christian Fulton is doubtful in this game, starting cornerback, and Q tags on Khalil Mack, Denzel Perryman, Trey Pipkins, and Stone Smart, their backup tight end. All right. For the Tennessee Titans, L'Jarius Sneed is out yet again. He still has that quad issue. He's been out for the majority of the season. And for Dylan Rudunts is going to be questionable, and Julius Chestnut is questionable, but that's fine. Positive note here, Tajay Spears is back as the backup running back. Tony Pollard has been phenomenal this season, having a bounce back year after the bad year with the Dallas Cowboys, all right? Now, the X factor in this game, all right? The last 2 weeks has been last 3 weeks really has been the Mason Rudolph show. Will Levis is back. Now, that could be a good thing and that could be a bad thing because it can go both ways, all right? Literally, Will Levis has had this team in situations to win in almost every single game. That Bears game, the Jets game, it always came down to second half turnover or multiple turnovers where they just lose control. The way that this team is built off of solidified, good defense, stopping the pass and mitigating the run. They don't even need that many points. The Tennessee Titans don't even need that many points. They just need ball control. All right? They need ball control, run the ball, play action off of that. Do not give the game away. And Tennessee Titans will win the game. All right? The way that Tony Pollard has been playing, they set that up. It's just that the quarterback play hasn't helped that situation. And Will Levis' injury led to Mason Rudolph being the starting quarterback. And we saw a very good win there from the Tennessee Titans going up against the New England Patriots, all right? The 2 weeks before that, unfortunate, it was a huge discrepancy in talent. Detroit and Buffalo are top-tier teams in the league. When you're facing the Tennessee Titans, all that cute stuff goes out the window, all right? The hard-nosed football, those teams bring hard-nosed football plus talent. That's why it's a huge discrepancy. That's why Buffalo won by 24 and Detroit blew them out, all right? Now, if you go to the game before that, Indianapolis Colts, that was a tightly contested game. They could have easily won that one. It came down to the fourth quarter. That's all the Tennessee Titans are asking for, all right? Have an opportunity in the fourth quarter, all right? Now, with the LA Chargers, they've had 2 good wins here against the Saints and the Cleveland Browns here. And they're going to meet their maker here. This is a very similar team where it's hard-nosed, smash-mouth football, run the football. We're going to play off that and utilize the upside there with the arm talent of Justin Herbert because they don't have that many weapons with the wide receivers. Very similar with the Tennessee Titans. Technically, they got better wide receivers because of Calvin Ridley, but that it's here nor there. Lesser talent at the wide receivers. They lean on the running game with the Tennessee Titans. I think that the value is with the points here. We're very similar teams. The only issue is, can Will Levis not turn over the football? And that is the major key. I'm going to trust him coming back from having 4 weeks off. He saw that he does not want to lose his job. He's learned how to run this offense watching Mason Rudolph. We're going to trust Will Levis in this game. We're going to trust the Titans' strong defense in this game. As you can see, this is a very good defense. First, passing yards against per game. First in total yards against per game. All right. They don't make that many mistakes here. All right. So we're going to go with the points. There's too much value there with a touchdown and a hook. All right. Titans plus 7.5 with an opportunity in that fourth quarter to steal this game. So Tennessee Titans point spread, and let's go with the under 39. It's going to be a very ugly matchup here between the Titans and the Chargers. In AT&T Stadium here, we have the Dallas Cowboys 3-5, Going against the Philadelphia Eagles, 6-2 in this NFC East battle here. Eagles are road favorites, -350 on the money line with the comeback of the Dallas Cowboys at a +280. Point spread set at 7.5, and total points set at 43.5. For the public bet percentage here, 93% of the bets, 89% of the money all over the Eagles. For the point spread, 82% of the bets, 77% of the money towards the Eagles to cover. And for the total points, 86% of the bets, 85% of the money towards the over 43.5. Injury report here for these two teams. The only injury for the Eagles is absolutely none. Everyone is fine for the Eagles. They're healthy. They're flying high. A.J. Brown's fine. Saquon Barkley is going to be yet again in a very good situation here. All right, Dallas Cowboys. They're missing two corners here. Deron Bland is going to be out. Trevon Diggs is questionable. He did get a DNP on Friday, so that could be a cause of concern there. Wait on news for him. We have Dak Prescott out, fully out now. He's going to be out for the entire season with that injury. He's going to get surgery, and now the quarterback for the Cowboys is Cooper Rush, who showed some good signs last season when he got a couple starts for Dak Prescott, but this is no Dak Prescott here. Even though Dak Prescott is semi above mediocre, but this is Cooper Rush here running the offense of the Dallas Cowboys, and this puts this team back a few steps, going against the Eagles team that is turning up to another level right now. Wanye Thomas, DB, he's going to be out as well. Now, this one is going to be a complete sweep here. We have major issues on that defensive line for the Cowboys, and defense period, throughout the whole entire roster. Micah Parsons, if he comes back, he is questionable right now. That's going to be a positive sign, but I think it's just too much of the Eagles here. They can't stop the run, and Barkley's on a whole nother level right now. With the issues in that secondary with no Deron Bland and Wanye Thomas, Trevon Diggs is not your lockdown corner. He's a guy that of the Sante Samuel type that can create turnovers. They would have to have him have an outstanding game, but it's going to be too much to handle here. And I'm going to go with a complete sweep for the Philadelphia Eagles, unfortunately here. I think it's just too much. Going back to Cooper Rush there, the issues on the defense, this is going to be too much Philly in this game. Give me Eagles on the money line. Give me Eagles to cover that -7.5. And give me the over on the 43.5. I think the Eagles are going to put up points. I think Dallas Cowboys can put up points as well with Cooper Rush. He is competent in running this offense to put points up on the board. But I still think that the Eagles win by double digits. Last but not least here in NRG Stadium, Houston Texans going up against the Detroit Lions, 7-1. Texans are 6-3. Looking at the current odds here, Lions are -190, road favorites here on the money line with the comeback of the Texans at a +155. Point spread at 3.5, and total points at 49.5. All right. Public bet percentage here. We have 93% of the bets, 98% of the money here on the side of the Detroit Lions, who are red hot. For the point spread, 84% of the bets, 74% of the money towards the Detroit Lions to cover the spread. And for the total points here, 83% of the bets, 65% of the money towards the over 49.5. So sharps are looking towards that under in this game here of that total. All right. For the injury report for the Detroit Lions, majority of these guys are already on the IR. So Jalen Reeves, Maven's on the IR, and Fatu is on the IR, Emmanuel Mosley is already on the IR. Their backup linebacker here, Malcolm Rodriguez, he's out. Broderick Martin was already on the IR for the past couple weeks, and starting tackle Taylor Decker, he's going to be out. All right, so they're going to have to revert to a backup left tackle there. The positive news for the Lions, they get their newly acquired pass rusher in Zadarius Smith, who is taking the spot of Aiden Hutchinson. All right, so they fill in that void there. Houston Texans, on the other end, will be without their leader and on the D-line, Will Anderson. That's a huge loss there. Damian Pierce is going to be out there, backup running back. And we have Q tags on Jake Hansen, Jerry Hughes, Jeff Okuda, Nico Collins, and Take Dell. All those guys are trending towards playing in this game. All right. For the Texans here, they're going to be getting back Nico Collins, so that's going to be a positive sign. So CJ Stroud can have a very strong 1-2 punch with him and Tank Dell going up against this tough defense here in the Detroit Lions. Lions have been on a big winning streak, as you can see here, beating Seattle, Dallas, Minnesota, Tennessee, and Green Bay, covering spreads. They've been very solid this year. Texans, up and down the past couple weeks, coming off a loss against the Jets, and they're coming back home in this spot here. The positive note will be Nico Collins to be able to stretch the field, open up lanes, and make it easier for Joe Mixon as well, and CJ Stroud. All right, CJ Stroud's been under duress because they give up the most pressures. All right, the O-line of the Texans is a big question mark, and really is the Achilles heel to this offense. All right, so that's what makes me go back and forth with the point spread. I'm already going to be on the Detroit Lions in this one. I think the 1-2 punch of David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be too much. I think that the issue with the Texans on the defensive side of the ball, despite the fact that they got to go up against the 1-2 punch of Gibbs and Montgomery, which is going to be relentless, they have big question marks in the secondary, all right? Because if we're looking at what they allow to opposing quarterbacks, this Texans team is 23rd overall. They're giving up around 190 yards a game and 2.1 TDs per game. So that TD issue here, they're giving up the first, number one in the league, 2.1. That's the highest average in the league. They're tied with the Jaguars and the Ravens, all right? They're giving up a lot of touchdowns to opposing quarterbacks. If Jared Goff can get going, all right, he's playing in the Dome here in Houston, all right? There's no weather. There's no weather issue, all right? A lot of people want to pick on him for that. They handled the Green Bay Packers, all right? If you give Goff time and you have this running game going with Jahmyr Gibbs and or David Montgomery, they're going to pick you apart with Sam Laporta, with Jameson Williams, with Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's a very tough matchup. And I don't think that this defense here in the Houston Texans is going to be ready, because you have the issue with the cornerbacks right now with the Houston Texans. That's a big problem. You saw what Aaron Rodgers was able to do to this secondary in the second half. They were picking them apart. It was mismatches everywhere. All right. Now you take away your best pass rusher in Will Anderson, and this is going to be a landslide. I have to go with the Detroit Lions here. So give me the Lions on the money line. Give me the Lions to cover the 3.5. For the total, really torn on the total right now. I would slightly lean towards the under on the 49.5. All right. I think the Texans are going to be motivated in the first half and come out strong. But I think this is going to wear and tear when we're talking about the third and fourth quarters. And I think the Lions pull away, cover the spread, win the game, but under 49.5. All right. So those are going to be our selections for the late slate here on week 10. Let me know in that comment section down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? We can definitely debate about that down below. If you guys want to sign up for the Patreon, all right, that's in the description section. You're getting access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. This is your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon, and peace out.